Hello and good morning, everyone. OnlyPositivity here. I have my coffee with me, ready to explore this new phase of life with you all. So, over the past few years, I have gained a whole new perspective on life, and I've realized that life is too short to not be enjoying yourself while doing great things. So, come along with me as I explore this new lens through fitness, photography, reading, traveling, cannabis, and much more. Looking forward to the journey, guys. And remember, only positivity. Hello and good evening, everyone. Only Positivity here. I got some tea with me today again, bitch. Ready to kick off podcast number, 98 on this playlist that I'm looking to launch called Elevated Thoughts. So before diving into the topic of the day, let's go and start with the level set. So as I endeavor upon pursuing knowledge and life experience in this next phase of life through fitness, photography, reading, traveling, cannabis, many more things. One habit that I've really formed is traveling. So this podcast essentially goes through some of my recent travels and taking some of those lessons learned, applying them to experiences in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of this tea and we'll go ahead and jump right in. So, I'm a little out of breath, man. Anywho, I just went on I was just out on the balcony. I just hit a little bit of this sour diesel that I picked up from Hatch out in Addison. I checked that place out, man. I got my medical card recently, which was a really, really simple process. You know, I worked with this one company and they walked me through the whole thing, man. It just honestly took like a week or so. Really, it wasn't bad at all. So anyone who is looking to do that, I would highly recommend you just look into it because it's not too bad at all. But yeah, I picked up some of this sour diesel, and I mean, Hatch is a cool experience. They really cater to the medical patient there. You know, you kind of get a separate entry. There's never any fucking line. They have like a broader menu. Dude, on Friday, I actually went to this spot with my buddy and his wife in Mundelein called Rise, and they got a lounge there, dude, like a speakeasy, and you can just go there and fucking sit and smoke, and they'll give you a bong and shit. It's fucking awesome, dude. Go out there, get a reservation. You get like a 2-hour reservation, and it's awesome. They had this gravity bong that we tried out, man. We were fucking out there. It was so much fun. We did book club there, which was really cool. We're just fucking around, roasting each other, smoking a little bit, talking about this book called Got the Look by James Grippando. It was fucking cool. Anywho, so did that, and now I'm feeling it a little bit. But this tea is really good, dude. I've been drinking a lot of tea recently. I don't know. I guess I'm in a phase here. Anywho, so yeah, today I was thinking we talk about my trip to BANFF, which was amazing and extremely euphoric. One of the best trips I've ever taken in my life, and I'm really excited to go through it. But other than that, majority of what's been going on, I've been like working on like some Instagram stuff, reels and things like that, trying to work with local businesses and shit. And then I've also, I bought this new lens for my camera. I bought this Sigma lens for my Sony a6000. I've been doing some photography. It's really kind of taking it to the next level. One of my good friends, she was kind enough to let me take photos of her and her boyfriend at this local coffee shop. We just kind of did the shit on the fly. We were supposed to go out in the river walk somewhere and get some nice photos. And then it started fucking snowing. So we decided to do it at a coffee shop, which worked out perfectly because I've always wanted to do a coffee shop photo shoot. And I got the opportunity. And one of my friends and, her boyfriend just wanted to do it. So which was fucking really, really cool. They're a great couple, and it's just nice. I mean, it's real wholesome shit to do, and people are really appreciative about you taking photos, which I can definitely I want to be on wholesome shit really often. So that was good. But what else? Yeah, so I've just been kind of doing that. Writing out goals for next year. I don't know if anybody does that, but my wife and I are planning to talk about our goals too for 2023. And probably next week. And so I'm just trying to think about things, things I want to do with the podcast, things I want to do with my photography, and just all types of shit like that. So I'm just gonna keep on pushing forward, diet, working out, travel, all these things. I'm excited. That's why I kind of do this, just to kind of listen back and see where I was, where I'm headed. It's kind of interesting. But so yeah, there's that. And I'm trying to think. We came back from Portugal and Spain a couple weeks ago, so I'm definitely gonna go through that. But that was the best trip, hands down, that I've ever been on. It was just phenomenal, out of this world. So hopefully me and my wife can get on this podcast and kind of just wrap that one out too. But anywho, so we're gonna go through BANFF today. So this was an interesting trip for so many reasons. So essentially, my boy Fahad. So shout out to Fahad. Oh, damn it, dude. I can't get these right, motherfucker. Hey, shout out to Fahad. What's up? What's up? Let's fucking go. Anywho, so shout out to Fahad, man. We reconnected because of this podcast thing. And, back in February this year, we did a podcast together virtually. And it was our first time, like, kind of reconnecting after like 10 years almost, maybe a little less, but it was our first time reconnecting in a while, in years. And we had a good chat. I really liked his vibe on social media. He was kind of, about fitness, positive minded. So I was like, let me chat with this dude. So, and then he actually invited me to his wedding after we hopped off the podcast, and we were just chatting afterwards. And I was like, dude, yeah, man, I'll fucking come. And he was telling me that BANFF is only like an hour drive away. And I was like, man, this is crazy. This could work out. So, that was just an early thought. And then we started talking about it. And I just RSVP'd. At one point, I told him, hey, by this date, I'll let you know if I'm coming or not. And then, worked it out with my wife. And then we just fucking went in. So then, yeah, Fahad came out here sometime. And we podcasted a couple months ago, back in maybe was it May, I think. And then what do you call? So then I was booked up. We were flying American there. I booked a hotel. There's just a spot near the hotel. I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's a hotel right around the corner. I didn't really do a travel guide for this one either because I was only there for 2 days and it was just kind of on the fly. I didn't plan anything out much. So no reason to make a travel guide for no fucking reason. Right. But yeah, honestly, check out the reel and stuff like that. There's some good views in there, and it was just a wholesome weekend all around. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump the right fucking in, boy. Hey. So the first day it's Thursday, right? Nope, it's not. It's Friday. So we decided to fly out Friday, and so in the morning, I always like to kick off any travel day, a travel weekend, with a workout first thing, dude. So I'll get up and I'll I forget what workout I was doing that day specifically, but to get your steps in, do my reading, and then get a workout in, and just kind of close the day out. So I had PTO, so I was able to get up early. Our flight was around 10, 11-ish, right? So I get up really early. My wife gets up early. She does her workout too. And then we head over to the airport, right? We obviously, smoke a few joints back home, ready to go. Call the Uber. I got my edibles with me. So we're headed to the airport. It's the middle of the day or middle of the morning, I guess. No qualms with the Uber. We get there nice. And again, for some reason, I'm always nervous when I'm going through security. I'm always like, all right, they're going to fucking stop me for something. I don't know what. So anywho, but again, go through unscathed. And we're always to the gate super early, right? We do that thing where we go to make sure our gate exists, and then we go sit somewhere, get some food. I'll grab a drink or something like that. So then from Chicago, it's about a 4-hour flight to Calgary. And so again, we just hop on the plane. What do you call it? I throw the edibles back. I close my eyes. Before you know it, we're 30 minutes out from Calgary and we land, And so we have an event that night. I think it's Fahad's Mendy or something like that. We have that night. So we get over there, freshen up. Everything's easy. Canadian Customs was good. We did this app. We had to fill out this app with our COVID information before we left. No qualms at all, my dude. So we're smooth sailing right now. So we get to the hotel, and what actually happened was, and Fahad took care of it real smooth. So before, the hotel that we had planned to stay at was either overbooked or something happened, right? So they had to shift us to another hotel, which is, extremely close. So that all happened seamlessly. I did not even have to worry about it. They just rerouted us. They had our confirmation there. It was all good. So then we freshen up and we head over to the venue, and the venue is beautiful. It's like a, I don't even know if it's Victorian. It's a hall for sure. For Indian gatherings. But there was gold inscriptions on the wall. The wallpaper itself was very stoic and had a lot of detail work on the molding and everything. So it was just gorgeous. This venue was awesome. So we get over there, right away you can tell it's decked out. There's like a rickshaw with sweets in it. It's decked out, man. The decor is legit. There's like all these umbrellas that are decorated nicely. It was super super swanky. So what do you call? We get there, and right away Fahad comes up to me. We dap up real quick. It's nice to see him right in person after so many years, dude. I haven't seen him for like 10 years, so it was really nice to finally see him. So I mean, actually, I had seen him a couple months ago, but you know what I'm saying? Like on his wedding day is different. So I'm fucked up for that. So anyway, so we do the thing, and then he kind of tells me to jump in with the groomsmen, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna like get a lit ass entrance coming in, right? So we're all waiting. We're waiting. My wife goes in and sits down, and they start playing the drums and shit, and we're coming out. We're turned up. It was fun, man. It was so much fun. I just met a bunch of people that I'll probably never run into again. But funny enough, one of his friends lived in Chicago, and it's just interesting that I met these people who are from Chicago in Calgary the first time. So it's just interesting how life works, And then so we're doing the thing, we're turning up, and then his wife Sarah comes in. She's looking she's decked out too, right? And then it's just a great occasion, right? They have a mango lassi wall. They're making jalebis. They just have the food is amazing. The people we're sitting with our table are great. We're catching up with them. And it's just interesting to hear from a Canadian perspective, like what they think is going on in America, right? Like, I'm not going to go into this topic, but we kind of started talking about like gun control, and they had their opinion on, like, they're like, oh, it's like an easy quick fix, right? It's just this simple. And I'm like, it's never that simple, right? Like, our country's wired differently, and we have a different like set of laws and constitutional rights here. So, it's just like different perspectives. So I didn't want to like go into that with some people I didn't really know, but it was cool. Like, nobody was like pissed off at each other. We were just having like a conversation about the facts. So I like doing that with anybody. So it was fun, honestly. Exchange information with these people, and we just kind of we just like follow each other on Instagram. Fucking hit like when I see their shit pop up on my feed. Good people. So we ended the night there, right around like 10:30, 11. And mind you, I like had brought a few edibles with me, so we're just there doing the thing, man. We're just having fun. I'm turned up, and then so we go to bed. But one thing that we had done actually right when we got there, and just kind of like a theme of our experience in Canada, food wise, like everything was just really quality. Like, I didn't eat anything that I felt like had been sitting around or was like warmed up for me. I felt like any food I ate was made directly for me. Like they put the order in and they started making the shit like from scratch. We went to this one spot and I got some like kebab like type meal. It was like chicken shawarma. So the shawarma was nice and flavorful. It was on like this tamarind rice that was kind of like a little bit more like, maroon colored rice. And then they gave me some beet hummus, which so it was like pink. I didn't really know what it was, but it tasted amazing. It didn't taste quite like hummus, but it had that consistency and was definitely delicious. So anyway, so we end Friday night, right? And then the next morning we get up around like 7:38, and we're about to walk all day, right? So no need to get a workout in because we're headed to BANFF this day. So Friday was the only day that we committed to like a wedding thing. Saturday we went to BANFF, and luckily the weather was gorgeous. It was like 80s and just like beautiful. So, I had rented a car, and we drove out to BANFF, which is like a beautiful drive, nothing crazy. You're not going through the mountains until you get to the park, and then it gets wild, just the mountains there are just phenomenally gorgeous, and the water just so, just so vibrantly blue. So there's like a sky blue, it's just amazing. And the contrast that it has with the gray mountains in the back is amazing. So it's about a 50-minute drive out to BANFF from Calgary where we were staying. And right away, dude, the only blip was the Turo guy. He was just like kind of a bum, he wasn't a bad guy, dude. He just was kind of wasn't on his shit, so he was late to our reservation. We got a timetable, so we're eating breakfast at the hotel. Get some shitty breakfast, like some bogus scrambled eggs and like a few pieces of bacon just to like kind of like make it last, and a little bit of like a English muffin or some shit. So it was fun, so we did that. But then this fucking Turo dude is like sitting there late as fuck, right? So I'm like, all right, no worries. Okay, so this is all gonna make sense when I tie it up at the end of the story, right? So I'm just like painting the picture for you. So we're gonna leave him in the back for a little bit. Got this shitty like Mazda like like little like Skittle looking car, dude. It was super small. So we get out there and then park somewhere near, like, downtown Banff is fucking gorgeous. So I just found a little parking spot and we start walking through. And then, it's a little interesting. So you have to really plan out your day. So Fahad had told us to hike Sulphur Mountain, which was like a pretty, like, like more than an intermediate level hike. It was definitely a workout. So you have to find what bus down there. There's like a bus system is going to take you to like the base of where you need to go. So we figured that out. And downtown Banff is fucking quaint and cute and modern as fuck. If I highly recommend, if you can't stay there, but it'll cost you like fucking $1 million because it's a small town, right? And like people want to stay there, so you got to pay an arm and a leg for that. But there's a bunch of like little like towns around it with like resorts and stuff like that. Definitely stay there if you're gonna spend time. So we park near downtown Banff, figure out the bus, and we head over to Sulphur Mountain, right? But right before we did that, we had stopped at this spot called Spirit Leaf, which is a dispensary. And Canada has a shit down because you can use your credit card in there, which is super nice. So we picked up some pre-rolls, a few edibles, and they had these like Listerine strip like shits. Like, dude, you could put them right on your tongue and they just dissolve. And it hits harder or quicker because it like dissolves right into your shit, I guess, that's the medical term. So anywho, we grab the shit and then we're ready to go. Smoke a few joints. Let's start hiking, dude. So we start going up, and right away there's a lot of switchbacks. So for those of you that don't know what the switchbacks are, it's just every time you switch directions, you're kind of climbing up. You're not like literally climbing on your hands and knees or anything like that, but you're like inclining every time there's a switchback for the most part. So it's about a 2.5 hour hike. So we definitely took breaks, brought some snacks. I had my hiking backpack, but all the while, as you're, making your way up, you are facing this like gorgeous like mountain, and it's just so beautiful. And in between, you can see like these other mountains, and they're forming like a crevice. And in the middle of that crevice is a lake. We definitely only hit up Sulphur Mountain, but there's Jasper, Lake Louise. There's all these places that we're gonna go back and see, but it's just phenomenal out there. The views are just breathtaking, indescribable, but just top notch, So we're making our way up, man, and then we see this one fucking two Indian dudes, and they're like the fobbiest Indian dudes ever, man. And like, let me paint the picture. They're each wearing polos and jeans, and their polos are tucked into their jeans, they have these drawstring bags and like kind of like bifocal like glasses and super fobby, man. And more power to them, but I don't think they made it up. And I was like, man, you guys are not gonna make it up wearing what you're wearing because you're gonna die in that. Those like tight jeans are just, bro, you look like you're ready for, I don't know, like you're ready to head into the office, or you're ready to fucking tell me to restart my computer because some shit ain't working. You're not ready for like a hike up this mountain right now. But anyway, that was mean. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to paint the picture here, guys. Hey, no, not dude. I'll figure them out. I should write this shit down on these. But anyway, so the fucking unsolved mysteries one. hey. Anyway. So we're making our way up, and it's really, really nice to like just sit and unplug, right? So phones away for the most part. I'm grabbing a few shits for my reels, obviously, but we're just talking. Me and my wife were just reflecting. We're like, it's crazy that we're out here, and I haven't done anything quite like Banff before, but I've gone on hikes, out in Arizona, and like we've done just other things, nature wise, in Lake Tahoe and Idaho and shit. But it was my wife's first time doing something that crazy, and I think it was just it's fun to experience shit like that with people. I think I was talking about that maybe on the last podcast, or just with somebody, like it was my wife's like craziest hiking experience, and I love to experience that with her. And then when I went to Idaho, it was also my buddy's like craziest hiking experience, and that's awesome experience too. And same thing in Lake Tahoe with my other two buddies. It's just like I love that feeling. I love being able to say, man, we experienced something that, only we can like truly understand, and others who have done things like this, right? And not that it's anything great. It's just that we got out of our comfort zone We've pushed ourselves, right? Things like that. So I don't want to start preaching on you dumbasses. But yeah, it was fun. So again, it's hot, but we're making our way up. We got water. That's one thing you got to make sure. Bring a few snacks with you just to kind of get some energy going and take your time, right? No rush. And that's the thing. You cannot, no matter how bad you want to do it, you cannot quickly scale that mountain. So we're just moving. We're just talking, chatting, making sure it's like, relatively fun. So we do that for about 2.5 hours, and we make our way to the top. And the reason I love Banff and the glimpse I had is because it's so catered to the hiker, right? So when you get to the top, there's a fucking little like a little mall there. It's not really. It's like 3 stores, right? There's like a coffee shop, there's like a gift shop, and something else in there, And so we got some coffee, got some souvenirs, got some postcards. You know what I mean? It was fucking awesome. And then we bought tickets for to take the gondola back down. So because I just want to do that, And then if you go, like, there's like a bunch of stairs and all these like kind of like dock like, structures, right? Made of wood. And you can go up to this old weather station, and you get up there. It's really fucking windy and it's cold. And then you feel small because you're surrounded by a mountain range. Like, you feel like the most insignificant thing because the wind is it's like abrasive, but it just makes you feel small. It gives you perspective. And then so we just went up there and just kind of chilled for a second. Came back, got some coffee, and made our way back down. And it was amazing. And so that took about like 6. Like, that was like a 6-hour round trip, like from when we started to when we left, maybe 8, But so we come back down the gondola, and like, the view coming down, you realize how far you just hiked up. It takes a good 5 minutes to get down on a gondola. So we get down, and then it's funny, this huge like fucking limo. It was like a Cadillac limo, but like, think about it, like almost like an 18-wheeler. It was huge. It picked us up and took us back to where our car was. And then we were chilling there, and there's actually like a deer with like antlers right by our car. It was amazing. It was like crazy. I was like, man, I've never seen this shit before. Before we went back home, stopped by the car, smoke a joint. And then we strolled through downtown Banff. And I don't know if you guys ever been to Alaska, but this reminded me of a town in Alaska, like Anchorage or Juneau or something like that, like one of those coastal towns, or like near water. It's just like, it's quaint, but it's modern, and it's really vibey. We went to a sushi spot, and we just got a bunch of sushi rolls. We were just chatting it up with the locals, telling about our hike, and they were just really genuinely interested, and that I'm here for that wholesome shit all day long, and so we got about like 30,000 steps in, which is probably like 10 miles, that whole day. And then we get back, and what do you call it? It's another 45 minutes back home, 50 minutes, right? So we get back, and then, we just we go off to a little spot for dinner, and by this point, I was like, ate a few edibles now that we're done with the hike. I'm ready for dinner, and we're just like at this spot. I forget what the name of it was, but I got a burger, and it was cooked to perfection, and it was amazing. And we just were sitting there reflecting on the weekend, like, dude, isn't it crazy, like, what just a little bit of like stepping out of your comfort zone does, I stepped out of my comfort zone, started this podcast, and I, reconnected with Fahad. And then, my wife came with me just because she was stepping out of her comfort zone. She'd never done a hike like that. She was like, I'll go with you. Yeah, for sure. And then I've never been to, Canada like that by myself. And so, we stayed there, figured it all out, figured out all the travel. And then we figured out the logistics of getting to Banff. Just like, I went to Fahad's, wedding engagement situation, with an open mind, met some people. And dude, by the way, my dude did a fucking solo dance, which was sick, dude. Mad props to you right there, dude. That's fucking all confidence, homie. But it was sick. But yeah, so it was just fun. We were just reflecting on it at dinner and just thinking about, man, like, how crazy the year had been, right? We had gone to so many cool spots that year. And, we were like, we're just going to keep the ball rolling. We had a couple more spots to go to this year. And we like hit it out of the park. And 2024 is looking like it's going to be, not even 2024. I mean, that'll be a good year too, but 2023 is looking like, it's going to be a good year. It's shaping up to be a good one. So, I'm excited, right? It's like these type of trips, we come back the next day, like we go to bed, we fucking knock out, man. The next day we didn't have a flight till 2 o'clock, so got up, got our workouts in. You know, she did a cardio video in the room. I hit the elliptical, did some, you know, calisthenic stuff at the gym, you know, and we just got it done. So we could hit the bullshit when we go home. So, you know, threw a few of those Listerine bitches on me, my tongue, and then I just like got on the plane and zonked out for fucking, I don't know, like 4 hours, you know, and just got back home. And then I wasn't even tired the next day, man. You know, you come home from a trip like that, you feel recharged, you feel ready to go, you know, you feel like, okay, this is why I'm doing this shit, you know? So I don't know. It just, I'm really happy that we found this, you know, I found this with my friends. It's like a good medium to connect and go do different shit. You know, like I'm already gotten plans for 2023. So more podcasts coming on that, man. So it's just like, you know, it's just the good shits keep flowing. The good shit keeps flowing. But, other than that, you know, we got back, you know, we go to the spot in Lombard called Raw Sushi, man. Go out there, and it's open late, and they got good food. So we went back there, smash on a few rolls, come back, you know, maybe fucking smoke a blunt or something, and just let the night ride out, dude. And then go back to the bullshit the next day, man. You know, work hard, play hard. That's what it is. So yeah, man. And then we went to, so the next spot we'll go to, and we'll talk about on the next podcast is, what is it? Where did I go to after that? Oh, I went to Idaho, I think, next. So that'll be a fun one. Maybe I can even get my boy to come debrief it with me. But yeah, other than that, man, you know, I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Feel free to leave me any feedback. And remember, only positivity. Thanks, guys.